Wolfpack. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So good to see you on this great holiday. Probably my favorite of the year. Food, football, some family time. Yes, very different than years past. Totally understand some of you might not be able to travel, all that stuff. And hopefully you still have a great day wherever you're at. But I am going to be live now because there is still football. Not all the football we were expecting, but still football today. So sit starts are going to be important today. Got to get those lineups right with your Houston Texans, your Dallas Cowboys, the Washington football team. And if you have any Lions, now that there's some unfortunate news, their best players are all out. We'll talk about those guys too. So get any questions you have on in. I'll be ripping some news and notes these next 15 minutes. Shockingly feeling this is probably usually the worst hangover day of the year for me, but shockingly feeling quite great today, quite spry. Just had a nice, mature dinner with friends. I mean, I guess this is growing up, folks. And also COVID putting some restrictions, 9:30 curfew here in Massachusetts. But cheers, guys. I got a nice, get this going early here. A little sour from Channel Marker to start the day. All you Beverly people. Hopefully you got your hands on some of these, the triple berry sour, a little juice to get the day rolling. Just top it off here. Oh, man. I never thought I was going to like sour beers, but my girlfriend's obsessed with these, and she's got me trying Channel Marker. And Channel Marker, I swear, they do the best there is in sour game. But you're not here for my beer reviews. Maybe we'll do that in the offseason. You're here for your sit starts. So get your questions on in, Wolfpack, and I'm going to cover this news real fast. Deandre Swift is going to be out today. Concussion obviously sucks because he was ripping it up, as we keep saying every time we bring up Deandre Swift. 70% of the snaps, 16 of 20 touches, 25 total fantasy points. Actually, 16 carries, never mind touches, 5 catches in addition to that. So he was a true workhorse. It sucks that right after that he gets concussed and ultimately is not in there. So what's the implications? This would have been a perfect spot to use him. He would have been a top 7 running back for me against Houston, missing this gorgeous spot, the most rushing yards allowed in the league. Could you stream Kerryon and AP? Maybe. I mean, they're in just as good, if not a better spot than they were last week when I was ready to hammer them. But we saw what happened when I was ready to hammer him. It's AP. He's a fucking corpse. And it's Kerryon Johnson, who sucked his whole life. I don't know. I personally won't go back. But if you're desperate at running back, AP could have a much better day, as could Kerryon. I'd probably prefer, if I'm going the two, maybe Kerryon, just because I think they're going to get down and then have to throw a lot, and he's going to be their pass-catching back. But obviously, again, devastating news if you have Swift. Looked like he was trending the right way. At least another week, he will be out. And Wolfpack, regardless of where you're at, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, if you don't mind giving this a thumbs up. If you're catching a replay, awesome too. And hitting that subscribe button, bell, so you know when we're going live. We got 20 questions already. I will be quick. I promise. I will make sure to get to them all, Wolfpack. But the likes obviously help us out, get to more people. So if you consider giving it a like, that would be so greatly appreciated. Thank you, Wolfpack. Other lines also out. Kenny Golladay and Danny Amendola means Marvin Jones should be a smash play, right? Is the only who else are they going to throw to? But he's got Bradley Roby, who's been not quite like Jair Alexander level of a shutdown, but pretty damn close, not far off. The one really good defender on that Texans defense right now. So they limit wide receiver ones pretty well, and then everybody else goes off around him. So I don't know. I still probably have Marvin Jones in my seasonal lineups. He's wide receiver 29 in my rankings. Let me know if you have a Marvin Jones specific question. I could see, maybe Hawkinson gets a little bit of an uptick here. He's kind of steady, like 40 yards touchdown. You're going to get what you're going to get. But maybe, just maybe, this day is the day he goes off. I have downgraded Stafford quite a bit, down to my quarterback 20. I will preface that by saying every time I pregame downgrade Stafford, he ends up fucking blowing up. So if you have Stafford, you're probably going to want to play him just because of my downgrade. I don't want to play him. I have him at quarterback 20 now. We saw what happened to this offense with no weapons last week. 0 points. Disgusting. Hideous. And they've lost both their main weapons in Golladay and now Swift too. So I don't want Stafford in my lineup. I probably will play Marvin Jones, but did want to give you that warning about Bradley Roby being a pretty good damn shutdown corner there. Also, Randall Cobb, I guess with this too, just one last note on these guys. If you're desperate for a D streamer, maybe the Texans make sense today. Just because there's no weapons. What if they get shut out again? I don't think they will. I think the Texans are bad on defense, worse than Carolina. But still, I think the Texans could be viable if you are just truly desperate for a defensive streamer. Randall Cobb and Kenny Stills, just more weapons out. But this is for the Texan side of the ball. That makes KK Cutie. I think he's like 2% owned right now. He could be a desperation wide receiver fill-in if you are. When I say desperation, I mean very desperate, but also on DFS, 3,400 if you're playing today's slate at all. I think a great value. It's going to be one of those guys, right? Steven Sims, Cam Sims, Marvin Hall, Kiki Cutie. My bet on my dart throw, if I'm going one of those guys, it's going to be Cutie. He got a touchdown last week. 2 of his 3 targets came in the red zone. Him and Watson have always had a rapport. It's just a matter of him getting on the field. So I don't hate him on DFS. I probably am not forcing him into seasonal unless I'm real desperate. But, I mean, desperate times do call for desperate measures. And last but not least for today's slate of news, the Ravens, there's more positive COVID-19 tests. Already, you should know that game's not happening tonight. It kind of sucks. That's like the perfect time to just lay back after you've chugged gravy from a bowl, had a million drinks, stuffed to the gills with food, like just to lay down and watch 2 teams croak each other. That's what that game was going to be. Sad to lose it. Hopefully we still get it because right now it's even on Sunday in jeopardy. If we get it, I'm hoping this gives time for J.K. Dobbins to come back. He was claiming for the first time that starting running back role. He was 60% of the snaps, all the 2-minute snaps, all the goal line work, and I think about 55% of the rushes that last week. I think 50, 45, some right around there. He was the dominant ball carrier, and he thrived. 70 yards on the ground, a handful in the air, touchdown, a nice solid day. So he seemed like he was trending to quality RB2. This might give him a chance, if there's any positive to come out of this game getting moved, he might have a chance to play and reestablish that value. The banged up Falcons, Gurley knee, Hurst did not practice with his ankle. Julio hamstring did return though. So that's kind of the flip here. We all expected Julio to potentially sit. Yesterday he said he was going to be a game time decision, but the limited practice suggests he should be good to go. So I will be updating the rankings. He'll be right into your usual top 15, maybe even top 12. The matchup, the Raiders isn't too bad. That will also, of course, bump up not Derek Carr, although a shootout would obviously help Derek Carr too, but it'll bump up Matt Ryan, who's horrendous without Julio Jones, has not scored more than 12 fantasy points in a game where Julio's limited or absent this year, has not been above quarterback 25 in any of those contests. So that would be big for him to have Julio back. It'd be big for the whole offense. Gurley did not practice, nor did Hurst. It didn't suggest in the report that anything was like crazy and that you shouldn't expect to have him. But just note that Gurley did play less snaps than Brian Hill. It's his knee too, which is obviously a concern after last year, how that all ended, like if that's deteriorating. He has like the 3rd most touches of running backs on the year. So you don't want it. That's the only thing booing his value is volume, volume, volume. If he starts to get that tapered off a little bit, it could get ugly. But against the Raiders, you don't need many touches. You just need a touchdown, and they've been giving up those in oodles to running backs. So I think oodles on Thanksgiving Day. So yeah, I think you gotta. I'm expecting all those guys to play at this point. With Julio being like the more questionable of them, I'm surprised that he is practicing. And 1 second. Just see it. I thought there was a news note. No, never mind. I thought something just came across. It was nothing important. Thank you, Wolfpack, for your patience there. But Julio should be in lineup, so just expect him back this week. Last few notes. I did a huge round of news with the truth yesterday, so I don't want to rip through all that again. But new stuff. Mike Glennon will be starting. Woo-hoo-hoo! Mike Glennon, folks. It's 2020. And then DJ Chark's also not practicing. Yay. So obviously Chark's got to be downgraded with Glennon. Cleveland secondary's banged up. No Denzel Ward. They're one good secondary member. They already were giving up like the 4th most to wide receivers. So that they should be a smash spot for Chark. But with Glennon throwing in the ball, now banged up, what if he doesn't even play? Just stream Cleveland's defense. That's really the key here. Chark much more closer to a sit than a start with his latest developments here. And the last couple new ones here, Gio Bernard does not practice. He has a concussion right now, which is certainly not looking good for Sunday. And he was already kind of on the cusp of a starter. He's so good when Mixon misses time, over 19 points per game. But when you have Brandon Allen leading the troops, but when everybody's dinged up, the offensive line blows. Like Giants aren't a scary matchup, and in fact, they're top 10. Even still, it's such a gross-looking offense. I wouldn't really want anything to do with this, and especially now with him out, it's not like I'm going to go pick up Samaje Perine and start him. If you're desperate, I guess there's going to be some volume there. Trayvon Williams might be a stash. He's the third stringer. He can at least catch the ball. So if I'm going to pick up one, I think I'd rather have Trayvon and see what he does. Travion, whatever. I'm probably saying it wrong. But the dude can at least catch. That's all I know about him. Whereas Perine's just a plodding ass loser. So Gio Bernard, though, have your backup plans ready if you were already starting him, and you probably should have been considering someone else anyways. Myles Gaskin also returned to practice yesterday. Salvin Ahmed did not practice, who's been playing that like 80% snap, 80% of the touches, just a workhorse role these last few weeks. He doesn't practice, and Gaskin does. It's no official word yet if Gaskin's going to be activated, if he's even going to play, but this is obviously the step in the right direction that he should be good to go, if not this week, next week. And he was a monster. I mean, monster relatively, but unexpected monster, because just came out of completely nowhere and has been eating a high-end RB2 value all year. So if you have him, it'd be a big boost to your lineup, as well as Mostert's practicing, Eckler's practicing as well. So a lot of these IR guys are practicing. We just need to see if they get activated. We will know obviously more on Sunday. So make sure you catch the tailgate right at this time, 11 a.m. on Sunday, for all your sit starts involving some of these guys. And last note is Teddy Bridgewater practiced in full against his old team going against the Vikings. Pretty good spot. Horrible secondary. You know there's going to be extra motivation facing off his old team. Christian McCaffrey did get a limited practice in, but he's unlikely to go according to Matt Rules. So you expect him to sit out McCaffrey. They have the bye week. It makes sense. That's kind of been the expectation sneakily all along. But the fact that he's practicing limited, there's a lot of worry right now, and honestly very valid worry, that they might just shut him down because they suck. And ultimately, there's no reason to burn this guy. If he's practicing in limited fashion, you expect him to be pretty close to full by the time another 2 weeks go, this week and next week. I think you could feel good about McCaffrey playing, but at the end of the day, who knows? If you bought like low on McCaffrey, you might not even get him. If you sold high on him, that might have been the play. Alrighty, folks. So I am just going to polish off here. We're going to get right to your questions, but I'm going to polish off that top off. Boom. Again, this is the channel marker siren. Unbelievable. Triple berry. The best sours around. Again, I was never into sours, and they make the fucking goats. They're just like, it's like a smoothie, and booze is in there. What's better than that for a morning drink? My God. That triple berry is some great stuff, guys. Well done over there at channel marker. Beverly bringing the heat per usual. Now it is on to your sit starts, though. We got 50 already. Let's fucking go, Wolfpack, on a Thursday, Thanksgiving. Again, happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. I hope everyone has a great, safe, happy, awesome holiday. Y'all are the best. So thanks so much for supporting the pack. Mr. Preble, awesome to see you. You've become a regular here, and it's great to see. I love the regulars we're getting, and there's new and newer ones every week here. David Campanile, another regular. Awesome to have you, David. Standard with bonuses. So Duke Johnson's like, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it so we can cover this, because I'm personally deciding on him myself, brother. I don't want to start him, no. You have Mike Davis. Never mind. It's not even a question. Insert Mike Davis here. Not a bad spot against the Vikings. Pretty easy matchup. Going to see 15 to 20 touches. Nice 14 last week. I think you can expect the same. I'm personally deciding between Drake and Duke Johnson. If I had Mike Davis, I'd be going him. Let me know what you think, David, between Drake and Duke. The thing is with Duke, he's got the easiest possible matchup you could have. Detroit's been giving up by far the most, like I think +8 compared to the next closest team in terms of points to running backs. They're runaway. Houston's the next. So, I mean, back-to-back, both the worst run defenses in the league going against each other today. But even still, I don't want to trust this motherfucker. He's gotten 5 and 5 points despite playing 95% and 81% of the snaps. Like, nothing. Useless. He just runs. I think people ask Duke Johnson questions just so they can get the whole spiel again. Dude runs like a bitch, smells like a bitch. I think he is a bitch. I've talked enough shit about him this week that I'm guaranteeing you he's going to blow up, because that's just what happens if you shit on somebody enough. He's on my bench. I'm benching him for Drake as of right now. If anybody wants to compel me otherwise, let me know. But I'm not a Duke Johnson fan. I would definitely go Mike Davis this week. I would go pretty much any one of those running backs over him because I'm just not a fan. And Wolfpack, regardless of where you're at, if you don't mind giving this a thumbs up, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, heart button on Twitter, reshares, retweets, all that good stuff helps us find more people. It'd be awesome. We'd really appreciate it. Obviously, just consider it to help us find more people, answer more questions, and crush it on Thanksgiving Day, baby. Nathan Vahey, Carr or Stafford or Kyler? You got to go Kyler if he plays. There's no doubt about that one. Kyler is locked in anytime he plays, Wolfpack. If not, I would much rather have Carr than Stafford. So the key here is you're benching Stafford today. Again, every time I've downgraded Stafford last minute, he blows up, but no weapons. And we saw what it did for them last week as an offense, 0 points. That's terrifying. I thought Swift would at least be back to alleviate a little pressure, but no Golladay, no Swift. And you got a great corner on the other side that can lock down number ones. I don't want anything to do with Stafford today. So Carr's against Atlanta. I mean, if you need any other reason to go him over Stafford. And then, of course, Kyler, he's questionable. He's going to play. And you're just playing Kyler anyways, no matter what, Nathan. David with another. Standard with bonuses. Hawkinson over Goddard, Ingram, Tunyon. I think so. I think you start him. There's no other weapons there to throw to. Goddard's real close, but if Ertz kind of approaching back territory, return territory, I think Hawkinson could have a nice Thanksgiving Day for you. Make that turkey taste pretty good, David. PPR start Zeke? Yeah, of course. Well, you got some good options here. I don't know how many you have to start. I would say I think Zeke's probably the best of these guys. James Robinson, a damn close second. Miles Sanders, a damn close third. The other guys aren't even in the conversation. I like Hunt against Jacksonville too, but Sanders, I go Zeke, Robinson, Sanders there as my favorites. Hey, Wolf, what's up, Seamus? Great to see you as always, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Happy Thanksgiving, my man, Mitch. I knew I'd see the legends, as always. You got Mitch Chavez. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to my man, Giuseppe. Great to see you guys. Oh, shit, love me a good sour beer. Hair the dog for the wolf. Yes, sir. Absolutely. David, remind me where you're from. I don't remember. If you told me, I'm sorry. But if you like sour beers and you ever get yourself out to Beverly, Massachusetts, I'm telling you, you won't find a better one than Channel Marker. And they didn't pay me. This isn't like a advertisement ad read. I love the dudes that work there. I love the beers they make. And I never thought I liked sour beers. Whatever they do is unbelievable. So yeah, cheers. Hair of the dog, indeed. I actually didn't get after that crazily. I had a few drinks with some buddies, got a nice Italian dinner. It was fantastic. The most mature Thanksgiving Eve I've had in my lifetime, for sure. And honestly, I feel fantastic. I might have to do that from now on. It was wonderful. Hey-o, Scotty Brooks. What up, brother? Great to see you. Probably the OG, like the original first fan to ever reach out after a podcast. Love it. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mike. Love seeing you as always. Charlie Preble, I've waited all year for this matchup for Kenny G. Feels bad. Yeah, it sucks. I have no idea what's going on. How are we feeling about Stafford, says Young NC. I know I covered that earlier, but in case you were not in the broadcast, I don't like it. I downgraded him to my QB 20. There's probably a better option out there for you. If you're in two QB leagues, I mean, I'd rather have him in than like Tua or Alex Smith or any of that shit. But one QB, single QB, there's got to be a better option for you, in my opinion. The matchup's not bad, of course. Houston's not a good defense, but no weapons. We saw what it did for them last week against a not great defense either. Houston's worse, but still, I'm not a huge fan. I'm benching him. Let me know what your other options are, but I'm probably benching him. Gus Edwards or Duke asks Richie Rich. That's tricky because are we even going to get Gus Edwards? And if Gus Edwards plays, does J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram now come into play? I probably, I'm not going to recommend Duke over too many people. I think this would be one Richie Rich. Let me know if you have other options too, because I don't want to. If you can wait out till Sunday, see if Duke's the only guy. Like if Gus Edwards is the only guy, I'd much rather have Gus Edwards getting 20 carries even in a tough matchup. But we don't know. We have no idea if this game's going to happen. If it happens, who's going to be in at running back? There's so many question marks. It's like Duke's not. Gus Edwards isn't a guy that's like worth waiting out all that risk for, right? And Duke's in the best possible spot he can be. So if these are your only two options, then I'm going to go Duke today. If not, then if you have something else you could wait it out for, let's say you have like Rager for your flex on Monday night, I'd probably rather have him going. But of those two, I'm going to go Duke Johnson. Ready for my fire nog. Hell yeah, Scotty Brooks. Fire on up. Get it going early this morning. Got a shocked face. I don't know who that's from. Maybe that's the fire nog. Getting the shock faces, getting the laugh faces, whatever reactions. I love it all, Wolfpack. Give them all to me. Maybe that shocks because I'm not just completely decimated, like hungover corpse fetus in my bed right now is a typical Thanksgiving Day routine. The fact that I could actually even talk to you guys. Maybe that's the shock face there. Kevin Ford, Teddy B, Goff, and Lamar, or pick up Wentz. I think you're going to go Lamar, assuming the game happens. And if it doesn't, Teddy B would be my favorite of these guys. I love the narrative against Minnesota. I like the narrative against a horrible secondary, even more so. So I'm going to go Lamar, and if he doesn't play, Teddy B. Happy Thanksgiving, Wolfpack, Dylan Adams. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. Cheers. Great to see an OG. Did a couple lineup stacking him with Hall, Agnew. Who the fuck is Agnew? Dude, you're digging deeper than I ever have, young NC, and that's probably how you win the million, right? Like, and I think that's certainly going to be the contrarian type of lineup that could win this thing. I can't stray away from Deshaun myself. I just think he's going to destroy him. But I don't want to be the one that like convinces you to go away from your build and then he lights it up, right? It could be if Stafford keeps it competitive with whatever nobodies he's throwing to today, that lineup's going to win $1 million. My money isn't on that happening. I'd rather have Deshaun, and I'm just literally stacking Fuller, Cooks, and Cutie on my 3 receivers, and then McLaurin's in my flex. That's how I'm rolling today. I'm going all in on Houston, and that's a pretty easy bet. I think a lot of people will be doing the same. So your lineup is going to be the one that, like, if all things bend right, that could go crazy. So I'm not going to tell you to get away from that. The mindset's there. I just don't think it happens. Tunes, what's up, brother? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thankful for you and all the help you've been giving the Wolfpack lately. Anybody out there, too, if you ever want to help, like Tunes is, I mean, I know Tunes from back in the day in high school, everything, too. But if anybody out there is like a Wolfpack regular and loves our shit and is like, hey, how can I help? We certainly always have ways and help we could use. So send me a DM at RotoStreetWolf or hit us up wherever you're at in the messages, YouTube, Periscope, wherever you are. Because like Tunes has been huge, reached out, and he's been a huge help. And he still owes me some venison and weed. So sweet. Flex Brandon Cooks, Gurley, Gio Bernard, Gus the Bus, or Claypool. So I'm going to eliminate Gus Bus from questions right now just because we don't know yet. Sunday, we'll have a much better picture if this game's happening, who's going to be active. I'm not even going to consider him as an option right now. So that's preface number one for any Gus Edwards questions that might still be lingering or might be asked in the future. I'm just going to probably defer to that. That's the only way you can really approach Gus Bus because he's not a guy that's like, I must wait this one out. It's something if it's like, your RB1, James Robinson or fucking, whoever it might be. Okay, we wait that risk out. Gus Bus against Pittsburgh isn't worth the wait. So I'm going to eliminate him. Flex Brandon Cooks, Gurley, Gio Bernard, Gus Bus, or Claypool. Claypool. Always Claypool. I like Brandon Cooks a lot today, Giuseppe. But I never bench Claypool at this point. But then there's that risk that the game doesn't happen. Fuck. So that's trickier. Gio Bernardo, it's not going to be him. It comes down to the receivers. Like, do you want to just get Cooks in? Because he's in a great spot today. If Claypool doesn't play, I don't really love the other options, but I do like Gurley. So, like, I think I'd wait it out for Claypool. Probably play Gurley if he doesn't play, if that game doesn't happen. But, man, like, if you shove Cooks in today, I would not be mad at you. I think he's in a great spot today, Giuseppe. Duke Johnson, James Conner, Todd Gurley, half PPR. You just need one of them. It's going to be Conner. And if Conner does, actually, it's going to be Gurley. If Gurley's all good to roll for the Raiders matchup, I don't play Duke today. I know I'm going to feel bad if he blows up against Detroit, but he's had 2 games as the featured back, 5 and 5. Like I don't want that. I don't need that. I know this is the better spot. I get that. I don't love him. It's a bitch as a talent. He runs like a little fucking bitch. Don't want him. Don't need him, Austin. So I'm leaning James Conner or Todd Gurley. And if you fade him today and Duke, he's going to be on my bench blowing up too. So, hey, we'll have broken hearts together if it happens. And we'll cheers some beers on Sunday together if he sucks like he usually does. I gave him one shot 2 weeks ago. He got me 5 points and he's been on my bench since. I'm not giving him another. This would be the time to give it to him. So if you're feeling your gut, you're like, yeah, he's going off. I feel my buddies that are really smart fantasy guys are like, you're crazy to bench Duke today. I give you your shot and you don't earn it, then screw you. Even in the perfect matchup. Stephanie Progan. Roll with CD today or Slayton PPR. Also hate Duke Johnson. Yeah, I hate him. I risk it. I wait for Ahmed or Mostert. I think Ahmed's going to play. The question there is if Gaskin plays. And if Gaskin is playing, then I'd rather have Mostert. And if Mostert's not playing and Gaskin and Ahmed in are shit. Okay, that sucks. But I don't want to roll with Duke today, Steph. He's not for me. We're mixing the good old double fist of the morning. Do we need beer to wake us up? Do we need coffee? It's great. This is a beer, by the way. Like, what a beautiful color. So we just go with both. Who says there's nothing else in here, too? Replace Swift in my lineup with Jonathan Taylor. Should I stick with Taylor or pick up eight? I stick with Taylor there, Noah Pringle. Definitely. Gurley didn't practice. If he's inactive, do I replace him with Zach Moss or Brian Hill? I'd go Brian Hill. That smash. You know what? That's actually Noah Pringle bringing some heat. Brian Hill is a worthy stash right now because if he's starting against the Raiders, he's a top 20 back, especially if Julio's back. If Julio's not in, that offense could just blow. But if Julio's back and it's looking like he is, and then Gurley's out, Brian Hill will be a top 20 running back this week. Wow. Noah Pringle. Giving me some – I love you every time you're here. It's great. Now you're bringing some little noggin knowledge here for everybody else watching this. Brian Hill, if you got a wasted bench spot right now, not a bad stash. It might even be a top 15 play because that's how bad the Raiders are against running backs. And he's a pretty good pass catcher too. Really interesting spot. And he would be a free square on DFS if Gurley sits. I don't think Gurley is. I'm guessing it's like a maintenance rest day. But worthy stash nonetheless. I swallowed. 1 sec. And the last beverage of the day, water. I just swallowed some stuff down the wrong pipe. Never fun, especially when I got to peek over the essay Mike Less is delivered here, but it seems like a really nice one. So I appreciate you always, Mike Less. Probably my all-time favorite wine line, that one on Derrick Henry that time. We got to get that going again. We need you firing those up, Mike. And Rangeley brother, too. The kid's been up in Rangeley. Very few people can say that, and it's what a great place. Happy Thanksgiving to all the wonderful folks at RSJ. This year, I'm thankful once again for the expert advice and lineup help. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're thankful because you're doing well. I know you've crushed it these last few years, but hopefully we steered a few people wrong with CEH and Taylor this year. Hopefully, you were not one to fall in that trap because we have plenty of other good picks, but cheers. 2 questions. That went down the wrong pipe pretty bad. Sorry, Wolfpack. Sit starts and coughs with the Wolf. Pick an RB2 and flex, full PPR. Duke Johnson, Ballage, Kenyon Drake, Gus Bus, Pittman. I'm gonna go Drake and Pittman as of right now. If Gus Bus is all good and playing, then I'll go Gus Bus. But if not, I go Drake and Pittman. And I don't mind Ballage, but we got to see if Eckler's out, then Ballage could enter that conversation. I know you'll be here for Sunday, so we can revisit this one. But the key to this one is I'm not going to go Duke today. I've recommended sitting him all last week. It worked out for everybody. This is even riskier because it's Detroit. So if everybody benches him and he blows up, my fucking ball bad. But he's also on my bench, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll all pain together. And you have some really good options here to avoid him. Better question here. What is your recommended go-to Thanksgiving cocktail or brew? Well, starting the day again with this beautiful sour from Channel Marker. Little coffee and whatever you want to work in there. I do love a good Bloody Mary to start the day. I didn't have any vodka at the place. Throughout the day, I feel like this is one of the few days the Wolf turns into like a wine guy. Nice, deep cab sav or a Pinot. I love a red wine, of course. I feel like I just chug wine on Thanksgiving and really never any time else. And it's just the best. I don't know why. Maybe I should just become a wine guy full time. My mom does make some mean cocktails for Thanksgiving too, though. But I chug red wine on Thanksgiving, Mike. What about you? Let me know your cocktails of choice, Wolfpack and Mike. I'd love to know what you guys are all drinking. And I love to know everybody too. Again, I'm so thankful. I should say that too. You know, Mike Les saying he's thankful for us giving advice. Well, I'm thankful for you guys seeking the advice, humbled by it. Like, you know, the way we've grown over the last couple of years. Certainly, we're not like blowing up you like that, but it's grown a ton, and that's because of the support you guys give. The fact that you guys show up every week, it's the best. It means the world. It's humbling that you guys want the opinion of us. So cheers to you guys. You know, what am I thankful for? Thankful for the opportunity to give you guys some help. Hopefully I make the right calls. And just, it's awesome. It is awesome what we're building here. Thankful for all the guys I work with on this, and can't wait till we're at the moon, baby. Richie Rich, I kind of covered this earlier, but Gus Edwards isn't worth waiting for. So I'd go Duke today. Giuseppe Russo. Half PPR, Gibson, Drake, Gus Edwards, Sterling Shepard. I'm going to go Gibson, no doubt. Locking in Gibson there. Lamar, Taysom Hill. I have that personal decision. I'm going Taysom, baby. Firing him up. Jimmy Bridges. I'm in bad shape. Pittman, Crowder, or Mooney. Pittman, definitely. Love Pittman. I love the way he's trying to. He put up 19 against Tennessee last time, and that's without finding the end zone. What could he do if he finds the end zone this time? I really think Pittman's going to be this year's A.J. Brown, folks. I think he's going to go off. Gallman over Zeke? No, Dylan. Come on. Zeke looked much better last week after the bye, the little hamstring rest, that he had those last three duds. I'm right back in on the Zeke. Also have Aaron Jones and Henry. Yeah, so you're obviously not benching those guys. Danny Dimes or Teddy B. Yeah, I'm going to go Zeke today, and then I'm going to go Teddy B, assuming he's fully ready to go. Mr. Tunes. Need to flex 2, full PPR. Duke, Fulgham, Brown. Brown's probably going to miss the game, is the early rumblings here. Sanders, Rager, Aguilar, Eckler, and Ayuk would take over. Yeah, those guys definitely would take over any of these guys if they play. Assuming they don't, I would probably – the thing is like I say Duke is probably better than these guys, but that also blows you a chance to wait out for both Eckler and Ayuk. And he could just blow. I do like Fulgham against Seattle. I'm facing him. I hope he blows. Rager might be the new one there. Aguilar's not a bad spot against Atlanta either. To me, it's not Sanders. John Brown's probably not playing. Now, if John Brown plays, I like him more than any of these guys because I think that game shoots out. Tunes, this decision is going to boil down. It's got a lot of information still needs to come into play for Sunday. It boils down, is Duke worth it today versus keeping both spots open in case Eckler and Ayuk can both play? I probably leave those spots open because Aguilar, Rager, Fulgham, like Brown, I'm just going to leave Duke on the bench and leave those 2 spots open. If he blows up on our benches, again, sorry. Everything says he should blow up on our benches today, other than the fact that he runs like a little bitch. So I'm going to leave Duke on the bench and wait it out, and let's see what happens for Sunday. We'll come up with some other options. That's how I play that, at least. Tannehill or Taysom for Giuseppe Russo. Taysom. I like Tannehill a lot, but not this week against Indy. Taysom. And again, guys, thumbs up would mean the world regardless of where you're at. Heart button, shocked faces, whatever it is you want to throw us on Facebook. Thumbs up on YouTube, heart button on Periscope, and retweets and all that good stuff on Twitter is so appreciated. We're going to get to all your questions. We have till 12:30 to kickoff, so if it gets close, I will make sure to get to rapid fire mode. You guys have seen it before. Lamar or T. Hill, Taysom, as I just said, is what I'm doing, and I have that same exact decision, Rodney. 2 in standard, Zeke, Rojo, Duke, Harris, Taylor, Balaj, or Mostert. I'm going to go Zeke, lock him in today. And then instead of playing Duke, I'd wait this one out, and I have Harris the highest. But if Mostert plays, that comes closer. That becomes a tighter decision. Washington defense, like them. It's not like the Cowboys offense has – with Dak, you never want to face the defense against them. But Dalton, they can get some pressure. I think Washington could swallow them on up. I forget what they put up against Dallas last time, but I like it. I like Washington D. Pick 2 PPR. Edmonds, Higgins, Pittman Jr., Marvin Jones, A.J. Brown, Aguilar for Kevin Ford, who also is a regular. Kevin, I see you every time. I love it. I'm guessing Higgins is T, although at this point, Rashad versus T doesn't really matter because of the new quarterback. I'm going to wait that one out. A.J. Brown's the lock here. I personally have Pittman higher than Marv Jones. I think that's against what most people would recommend. But I'm so high on Pittman. Aguilar's pretty damn close too. A.J. Brown's the lock. I personally prefer Pittman over Marvin Jones. If you went Marvin Jones for some juice today, it's 28 and 29 in my rankings. They're neck and neck. They're right back to each other. You guys do that a lot to me. And I promise you, it's not bullshit. Like, I want to like get out of an answer. You know me. I'm going to give my take. My take's Pittman. But there's so many times you guys will give me literally the neck and neck guys. And that comes down to the gut. You can trust me and just go with me. But when it's that close, it also is gut. But me, it says Pittman. I go A.J. Brown's the only lock here. Pittman versus Marvin Jones is where I break down the next ones, and I'm going to go Pittman. Wide receiver 3 as well as Parker, Fulgham, Rager, Jr. Oh, so is Parker in? Parker's in for me here. And then your wide receiver 3, Brown, if he's in, is my play. I would say Rager if he's not. No, I like Aguilar against Atlanta. Never mind. I'm going to go Brown if he's in, Aguilar if he's not. Hate to ask a D question. Pittsburgh D or Miami? I prefer – that's a good one. Probably Miami against the Jets, to be honest. It's not – you can ask a D question. It's points. It's important. I go Miami there. Gore or Edmonds for John Paul McIntish? Edmonds is just so much more talented, like so much more upside in that sense. But Gore's the more guaranteed bet for 15-plus touches. I don't ever want Gore in a lineup. Like that's – yeah, he had 14 points last week. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing you could possibly do. But I go Edmonds there. I do. Slim74, great to see you. Somebody dropped Le'Veon this morning. He worth a bench spot. Yeah, I mean, if anything ever happened to Clyde, he'd be top 15 running back, right? So definitely. In the handcuff sense. Is it a usable sense? No. Handcuff sense? Yes, absolutely. Depends what you're dropping for him. Like if you have a great bench, I'm not forcing him onto my team, but absolutely handcuff-wise, yes. Jose Ciario. Happy Thanksgiving, men. Great to see you, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Do you prefer Deontay versus Ravens or T. Boyd now without Burrow? Definitely Deontay. Deontay against anybody, doesn't matter to me. As long as Scott Barrett tweeted it out, one of the best out there. If anybody is watching this and doesn't follow Scott Barrett on Twitter, you somehow know me and not Barrett, then make sure you follow Scott Barrett. He will make you a smarter human being, especially fantasy football-wise. I think it's Scott Barrett DFB, in case anybody needs to follow. He has a great tweet. The reason I'm blowing him right now is because he talks about how Deontay Johnson's either injured in the first quarter or he's getting you 15 targets, 10 catches, and like 100 yards. As long as he makes it through the first quarter, you know you're getting some goods. So I go Deontay. I don't want to trust any of these Cincinnati receivers until I see it. If he locks in on Boyd, Brandon Allen, and that's good for the rest of the year, great. You know it for the rest of the year. I'm going to wait that one out. I don't want to risk it right now. Dylan Adams. Pick 2 PPR, Boyd, A-Rob, Marvin Jones, Tim Patrick, Logan Thomas, or Andrews. Not Boyd. A-Rob makes me nervous, especially if Foles and Trubisky both sit. And Jair Alexander could shadow him. That's about as locked down as it gets. Compared to these other options, though, it's got to be A-Rob. He's just head and shoulders talent-wise above the other guys. Man, if he had anybody throwing him the ball, if that was any semblance of talent. I go A-Rob. Damn, dude. I'm going to go Marvin Jones today as well. Andrews would probably be in play, but with the risk of that game not happening, and the rest of these are just like, I don't mind Tim Patrick either. This is a good reason to get Marvin Jones in. So I go Marvin Jones, A-Rob. And if we have like a third string quarterback, then we can reevaluate on Sunday. But Marvin Jones belongs in your lineup today with those choices. Hunter Gallman, PPR for Justin, both good options. Gallman, obviously, the clearer feature back, clearer bet for 15 to 20 touches. But I love Hunt against Jacksonville. I think they're going to roll that team, and we're going to get both Chubb and Hunt, one of those classic, like both go for 20. So I prefer Hunt myself. I don't think you're going to go wrong with either of those guys, but Hunt is my play. Martin Broadhurst. What's up, legend? Great to see you. My opponent is playing Fuller and Cooks today. Wish me luck. Yeah, that's going to be tough to just sit back and take. That's my DFS lineup. I'm all about it. That's tough. You're gonna take a pounding today early. Do you still like Chark? No, I don't really. If he ends up sitting, do you like Slayton or Aguilar? I like Aguilar more of those guys. And Aguilar's honestly, even if Chark plays, like could be justifiable there. We'll see how today goes too for you, Martin Broadhurst. Mike Glennon, says Peter Masters. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at this year. Zeke or Gibson, yardage heavy. That's another neck and necker. A-sacks. How can you not have both, right? I love them both. I have them 8 and 9. I prefer Zeke just to get more guaranteed receiving work. But Gibson's so hard to bench the way he's rolling right now, A-sacks. Wes Snipes, what's up, brother? Still one of my best all-time lifetime memories with Wes Snipes. That Ravens Pats playoff game, dude. Unbelievable night. Unbelievable time. You, Desmond, and Alboy. Legendary. That one's going to be one for the history books. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. I hope you and the kiddo. How's the kiddo doing, man? Your life's a lot different now than those years where we up in that game at Gillette, brother. PPR, AJ Brown. Good to see you, though. Glad you're still tuning in, and I hope everything's well with you, the wife, the kid, fam. Happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody. AJ Brown, Jefferson, Godwin, Gibson, pick 3. You got some great options, man. Oh, Snipes. You got to bench one of these guys. You're just fucking rubbing it all in our face, Snipes. I love it. I probably bench Godwin, to be honest, of these options. It's a shootout game. But that's a good secondary. And you never know who's going to get theirs in the Tampa Bay core. Brown, Gibson are my locks. So it comes down to Jefferson or Godwin for me. And, I mean, that could become a game where I don't know if that squeak is picking up on the broadcast. My fault with the chair. I just can't sit still ever. I do think that game, Carolina versus the Vikings, could come down to like just let's pound Dalvin Cook 40 times. And Kirk Cousins chucks it 10. But I also think Teddy Bridgewater is really good on the other side of the ball to keep it competitive enough that they have to throw. So I like Jefferson a bit more than Godwin, clearer path to targets. And what if Thielen sits with the COVID stuff? So Godwin's my bench from those groups. Great options, Wes, though. Well done. Trying to choose between Duke or Pittman for my flex. Can you help me out, says Peter Masters. I go Pittman. I mean, Duke's in, again, the smash spot of all smash spots. Number 1 matchup for running backs. We all know that. We just have to stomach the fact that we're going to put in a little bitch into our lineups. And I don't want that. I don't want that. He's got 5 and 5 playing all the snaps. Watson doesn't throw to running backs. The team doesn't throw to running backs. I'm not into it, Peter. I'm not into it today. So and I love Pittman. I love Pittman. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Ilias. Right back at you. Pick a wide receiver 2 if Julio doesn't play. Woods, Lockett, Boyd. My God. He's a wide receiver 2. So get Boyd out of this question. Anyone Brandon Allen question, nothing to do with him. I like Lockett. I do. Phillies, they probably have Slay on DK, which isn't like DK going to still do fine, but I like Lockett. Blow up mode there. I do love Woods too, though. You got some great options, my man. And again, guys, if you consider giving this a thumbs up, if we're catching you late here, I appreciate that. It helps us get more people, more questions on in. Helps us look more legit. So thumbs up button, regardless of where you're at. Thank you so much again for spending your time today with us. Let's keep the questions rolling. PPR, Duke Johnson or CEH? CEH for me, no doubt. I love the 2 touchdowns, and I just don't like Duke ever. That looks delicious. I love Channel Marker. You a Beverly guy, Peter? Shit. You North Shore? Let me know. That looks delicious. I love Channel Marker. I think you figured out where you get your questions. I always just cover news first, and then I get to the questions, Peter. But hopefully you're still here. Let me know where you're from. Love when I got some local Wolfpack here. Was offered a Julio for Woods. I would probably take Julio. Woods has such a good playoff slate, Broderick, and he just rewarded you with such a big game. It's like, I see it. I in a vacuum, I love Julio. Is that going to throw off your team chemistry, though? I mean, Woods was dominant on Monday night. Dominant. I don't know how I do that. Yeah, I mean, I like Julio more than I like Woods. So I would probably do that, especially if you're in a good spot right now where if Julio doesn't play this week, you're still okay. But I do love Woods, man. Tomas from Panama, good to see you. I remember that from yesterday. Decision time. Reagor or Bird? I'm going to go Reagor. Seattle, most points to receivers. Bird was a huge blow-up. Could he do it again? Maybe. But Reggers led the team in targets for wide receivers in back-to-back weeks, seems to be getting his own. And Seattle's the perfect spot for a smash. Thomas, thanks for tuning in from Panama, and happy Thanksgiving. Glad we found you. Back-to-back days, man. Good to see you. Edmund, CEH Taylor, Ahmed, for Chris Gibbons, a longtime legend over here. And then Boyd or AB. So for running back, I'm going to pick two of these guys. I'm going to go right now CEH and Taylor. Now, Gaskin sits and we get Ahmed against the Jets alone. I might prefer him to Taylor. I also, though, what if this is the time? 22 carries for Taylor last week. What if they're just like, all right, let's see what we got in the rookie, and they just feed him? Tennessee's giving up the 10th most points to running backs. A beautiful spot. But if Gaskin's out and Ahmed's in, it's probably him over Taylor. CEH is the only lock there. And then for the wide receiver, I go AB. I don't want nothing to do with Bengals until I know what Brandon Allen is and who, if anybody, he prefers. Wolfpack, we're on the verge of 30 likes, hearts, shocked faces, laughs, whatever the fuck you guys are sending in. Get us over 30. Whoever's out there and hasn't liked this, come on. Get us over that 30 mark, folks. That's our record was on Sunday. I think we hit like 40-something. But yeah, get us over the 30 mark. YouTube, we hit like 30-something likes on the last broadcast. So thumbs up. I know I'm being a whore begging for it, but it does really, really help us find more people. So it is greatly, greatly appreciated. It makes us look more legitimate, which we are obviously the most legit here. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I prefer Drake over Duke. It's more the matchup than anything that I'm questioning. Yeah, that's same with me. I appreciate you weighing in on my choice, David. I prefer Drake too. The matchup's the only reason I'm even questioning it. Hey, there's the 30th one. Whoever it was, you win $1 million. TS, sit 1 PPR, Godwin, Ridley, Deontay, B. Cooks. I'm not sitting Ridley. I'm not sitting Deontay might be the easy sit as of Sunday if the game gets canceled for you, TS. But if he's in, he's in. Cooks you have to decide on today, right? I probably play Cooks, and just because of the risk of Deontay not playing, it's like, well, who's the next option? So I probably play Cooks because I feel good about him today. And then I'd sit Ridley come Sunday. If they were all playing on the same day, I would say Godwin, Ridley, Deontay. But the risk of Deontay not being an option for you changes that. It does. This is COVID for you. Like my rankings have the first 3 guys higher. But because of COVID, because we have to play it safe, B. Cooks would be good to get in today. Gibson or Zeke, yardage heavy format. I answered that one with the Zeke, but man, I love them both. You think I should start Kerryon Johnson, man, since Swift is out, or Harris? I go Harris over Kerryon Benjamin Bregman, no doubt. Have that faith. No Burkhead. I think it's going to be more touchdowns for Harris down this stretch. I have 2 slots for running back in my full PPR league. I like it. Wide receivers are Hill, McLaurin, A-Rob, Shepard. Good team there. I mean, damn, fuck. RBs are Henry and Sanders. Looking at upgrading running back, trade Sanders and A-Rob. Yeah, I would. I mean, A-Rob's playoff schedule is cake, though, MJ. I just want to warn you of that. You're going to get somebody that has some of the best matchups down the stretch here. I like going it depends. You got to be getting a good upgrade if you do Sanders and A-Rob. Like you're looking at like an Aaron Jones, you're looking at elite if you do that. But yeah, you have some great options. You have the flexibility to pull that off, but you better get something good because A-Rob has a beautiful playoff schedule, and that's 2, low-end running back 1, low-end wide receiver 1 in my eyes. So you better be getting like a RB1, like real elite top 5 guy. David's from Roxbury. I'll be coming to Massachusetts once allowed to. Hell yeah. Want to grab drinks with you and the rest of the Roto legends. I can't wait till the days where I get to meet a lot of you guys. Obviously, COVID's put a damper on that. We've been talking about, too, doing eventually way down the road when we're big enough, but a tour through like a few different cities and stuff. So, David, we might be coming to you in New Jersey at some point. But, yeah, if you make your way up, I would love to have some drinks with you. Everyday fan, man, it's the best. And if you like sours, we will be going to Channel Marker, and you will have the best hours of your life. Maybe I'm overhyping them because I don't drink a lot of sours, but damn, like I can't imagine. I've had some from Portland, different. Nobody's beat this sour, in my opinion. Might need to refill the glass with another. Whew. What up, Wolf? Michael Kelleher. What's up, legend? Missed you on Saturday. Was hoping to meet up with you, brother. But yeah, you have a great Thanksgiving, brother. Absolutely. Good to see you. Duke, Dobbins, Harris for Mike Clay. See, I have Harris way higher than Duke. So Duke's on the bench. And then if Dobbins plays, we reevaluate, right, Mike? Right now, I have Harris. Pick 3, Gus Edwards, Duke, Rojo, Balaj, or Drake for A-Sacks 21. Again, Gus is out of the question right now. So it's like, okay, so out of the others, I'm going to go Drake. I'm going to go Balaj. I'm going to go Duke. In this case, I go Duke. Very rare I'm going to suggest Duke today. But I am suggesting Duke over those guys. What's up, Keen? Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the Chesky clan over there. Hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday. Hopefully we'll get some thankfulness in over Zoom later. Full PPR flex. As I prefaced at the top, I can't recommend Gus Edwards because we don't even know that game's going to happen and we don't know who's going to be involved. So Parker, Lamb, Taylor. Not going to play Lamb today. I kind of like Parker against the Jets, but I also do love Taylor. Even if Gus plays and he's the only guy, I think I like Parker and Taylor more. So Parker versus Taylor, right now I'm leaning Parker. We have still Sunday to figure that out anyways, though, right? So just not Lamb today. I prefer right now Parker to Taylor, but damn, that's close. Very close. Thankful my opponent has both Golladay and Swift out. Marco, you got yourself a little Thanksgiving gift there. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving too, brother. The rare sip of water for the Wolf. Murray or Herbert? I'm going to go Herbert there. Even if Murray's in, and he should be in, the risk of the shoulder, the tougher matchup versus the Pats, and Herbert just rolling, I really think that's going to be like a lights-out shootout between those two teams. Love me some Herbert. Taking the pup to the dog park. Have a happy Thanksgiving, Wolfpack. See you Sunday. Scotty, what type of dog you have if you're still tuned in? And awesome. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving too, my man. Absolute legend. Lamar Carr this week. This is so weird to just even say it, but Derek Carr over Lamar is what I have. It's a risk, but against Atlanta, it's like anybody can light up Atlanta. And Carr's played great ball this year. I feel even better about Carr if Julio's in because that could become more of a shootout game. Give me Carr. My man Jiggy Gears, Billy Jiggs in the house. What is up after a big win? Good win for you, but I hope King defends that title. Let's put it that way. If Thielen cannot play, full PPR flex, Harris, Rager, Ayuk, or Aguilar. Well, one we got to know is Ayuk playing. I love Ayuk if he plays. He's my favorite of the 3 receivers if he plays. And if not, it's not. I love Harris this week. I really do. Good bet for the end zone. No Burkhead vulturing anymore. I like Harris. I probably like Harris the most out of all 3, but if Ayuk plays, we have a difficult question. Should I rate Trubisky, Hollywood, Moss for Dalton and Beasley? I get Dalton, Beasley. I'm guessing that says trade. Oh, yeah, he corrected it right below. I mean, we're just trading crap for crap here, Dalton. Or Darren, sorry. But Beasley, if Brown sits, is in a great spot. So I prefer Beasley, yeah, to that. It looks like we do have a shitload of questions, and we have about 30 minutes, so I might start rapid firing, folks. At the 12:10 mark, I'm going to rapid fire, so I'm going to just keep checking back and forth. Bench 2, and on that note, too, thumbs up means the world. Appreciate it. Bench 2, Jackie Cow of Cooks, Fuller, Claypool, A-Rob, or Jefferson. So you're starting 2 and benching 2, but you want to know who I bench. I play Fuller today, and then. Oh, so you have 5 here. Never mind. So we're playing 3, benching 2. Fuller, Claypool, and Jefferson are my top ranked guys. So I'm benching Cooks definitely today, even though I love Cooks today. You have great options, Jackie. But I'm going to go Fuller, Claypool, Jefferson. And then if Claypool's game doesn't happen, A-Rob's not a bad fallback ever. Cooks is my lowest ranked, and you'd have to have him in today with Fuller. I love the double stack in DFS, but season long, I think I would avoid that. He could go off. I know Jackie. He could. But if out of all these great options, I think he's the one I bench. Hillary Margaret, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, you and your fam. Stafford or Tannehill, or do I pick up Bridgewater? I would probably pick up Bridgewater. I'm not going to go Stafford today. I'd have Tannehill in above him, but I pick up Bridgewater, and I probably prefer Bridgewater over Tannehill if I have those options. Just not Stafford today. Get Stafford out of the lineup. We can figure that one out later. Pick one, AB, Duke, Balaj, PPR. Just bench Duke, and if Balaj is starting, it's him. If not, it's AB. I don't trust Duke. I have nothing. I don't want anything to do with Duke. Trey S. Happy holiday. Happy holiday to you, man. Full PPR. Choose two. Deontay, Cooks, Woods, Gurley. Thanks. To me, it's Deontay Woods. If Deontay doesn't play, Gurley's not a bad fallback, especially if you have Brian Hill in case Gurley doesn't play. So tough to bench Cooks. I think he's in a great spot. He's going to probably light it up today. Out of these other good options, though, I think I bench. If you wanted to get Cooks in for Deontay, then that's fine with me, Trey. I personally would wait it out, but Cooks is going to do good today. He's done great all the time other than windstorms. He's been great since Bill O'Brien got fired. So, I totally understand if you force him in today. I think he's going to light it up. So if he's on your bench and he lights it up, I apologize in advance, but I do prefer Deontay and Woods. Woods is real close to Cooks in my rankings, though, so it's like if you want that Thursday night juice or Thursday action today, I'm totally all about it. What's up, bro? Should I start Jay Akins or Jay Reed? Well, the last time I started Jay Reed, he got me exactly 0.8, so I'm never going to recommend him. I like Jay Akins today, too. I mean, for the tight end crap storm, it's like Rashard Russell. It's, give yourself some Thursday night fun. Or Thursday, I don't know why I have to keep saying Thursday night. Thursday afternoon. Thanksgiving fun. In all seriousness, though, Reed is in a good spot. I'll never start him again. If I was making this decision out of spite, I would pick Akins. I do have Reed higher in my rankings, especially with all the dinged up injuries over there and the fact he's running more routes and getting his legs under him. Reed is my preferred play here. But I personally would never play him again. One spite like that and you're fucking done in the Wolves list. No way. Reed's spit in my face too many times. I'm never going him again. If you can stomach his risk, I'd go Reed over Akins. But they're so close that it's up to you. Honestly, I know it's not a great answer, but all the logic points to Reed, but my heart will never start him again. Need a wide receiver in flex. Cooks, Cooper, Hines, Aguilar, for Keen Jagir. I would go Cooks is my favorite of these. Get him in the wide receiver spot. Don't burn the flex. And then, I do have Cooper the highest of these other options. It is risky. You have a big day today, which is also fun. Washington secondary, though, the second fewest to wide receivers, there's no guarantees with Cooper. But I like Cooks and Cooper the most of these guys. The other two are great options, though, Keen. So if you want to put one in and wait it out, I don't mind Aguilar at all on Sunday, but I do have Cooper higher. I go Cooks and Cooper myself. 2020 Titans are a total slop this year. Indeed, they are, Mateo. Great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I own Cook and Graham, Tunyon, and Hooper are available. I like Tunyon the most, even though he's questionable, as you point out there. Chicago, 9th most points to tight ends. I like it. Cook, it's tough to trust with nothing from Taysom Hill last game. I don't know about that. 1 PPR for Sovishi Sok. Fuller, Moore, A-Rob, Woods, Juju. Sit 2. I'm starting Fuller, and I'm starting Woods, and I'm starting A-Rob. I'm sitting DJ Moore and Juju there. Happy Thanksgiving. Running back 1 and 2. CEH Davis. Yep. Flex Samuel. Wide receiver 1, 2, 3. Hill, Lockett, Metcalf. Bench Taylor, McKissick, Gallman. Keep my lineup the way it is. I hate questions like that, Nathan. You boil it down to your own fucking decisions. That's way too much. So I'd consider the flex. I'd consider Taylor or Gallman over Curtis, but Curtis could blow up too. But come on, boil it down to your decisions. I appreciate you shouting out your great lineup. Your Hill, Lockett, Metcalf. You're killing it, brother. Good job. You're a regular, so I'm going to answer it for you. But you can boil that down to your decisions. You can boil that down. Happy Turkey Day, y'all. Unfortunately, I'm working. I'm doing the RSJ poop. Love it, Mateo. Thanks for all the information. What do you do for work, brother? Let us know. But good stuff. That's what our Wolfpack does. They take their shits and they watch the stream while they do it. We're answering questions today, Slim44. Of course we are. You know that. Let's do it. CEH or Gus Edwards for JK Malone. What's up, Taylor? Good to see you. I'm going to give you my last little sip of sour here. Can't wait till we get you back up in Beverly sometime. But yeah, Gus Edwards is not in play for me. So CEH, definitely. Right back at you, Richard. Cheers to you, my man. Dylan Adam, his best advice and page to follow. I'll be in the DMs to see how I can. I love it. Absolutely. Come on and check us out, Dylan. I appreciate that. CH or Pittman, that's closer than the Edwards question, but I still go CEH, my man, Taylor. You got to reward. The dude got fucking 20 points for you last week. Whip it up. Ishmael. Yeah, fuck Mixon. Absolutely in a pickle, thanks to Mixon. Everybody is. Who to roll RB2, carry on today or Damian? I'm going to go Damian-ish. Sony could be activated and that would blow, but I don't carry on Johnson. Like, could he score today? Of course he could. Houston's that bad as a run D. But Damian Harris is rolling. Even if Sony's active, no Burkhead. Like I keep Harris. He looks so good. I'm going to keep rolling Harris, my man Ish. Thanks for all your help, brother. Thankful for everything you've helped with the site, by the way. You're a legend. And just love chatting with you all the time. I know I can be a dick and like text all the time and be pressuring, but you're such a fucking legend. So thank you, Ishmael. J Bro listed out for Sunday. J Bro. Oh, is he officially out now? Richard, thank you for the note. Gabriel Davis into the Hail Mary range. But Jay Brown, I'm guessing you're saying John Brown. If he's officially out, we got to bench him. Should I trade Mostert for Eckler, full PPR? Yes, absolutely. Eckler's going to go on a tear down the stretch. Go get him. Gus Bus still a good start? We don't know. We don't even know the game's going to happen on Sunday. And if he is, Robert, who knows if Dobbins is back? Who knows if Ingram's back? The appeal of Gus Edwards was Thursday, you get action, and he's the only one left. Last man standing, 20 carries. Now he's so up in the air. So I have no firm opinion on Gus Edwards right now. Pittman or DJ Moore? Man, that's tough for Shard. I think I prefer Pittman. I might have him lower in the rankings, but now that you're asking me, it's like, fuck, under head, I'm probably going to go Pittman there. Keen. Wolf is extra thankful. I'm so thankful for my Wolfpack, for all my fans, for family like you. But I do wonder, Tom was telling me we're doing Thankful on virtual this year. And I was like, we've been so trapped inside. It gives the Wolf a lot less to be thankful for. I wonder what material you got. You guys always show up with plenty of material. The Wolf's always thankful every year. But I do wonder how far we're digging this year. People have been less stupid for the roast, the annual Thanksgiving Day roast. Washington, Antonio Brown against Kansas City, or Amari Cooper versus Washington. I'm going to go Cooper today. I get him on in there. My man Geckel, happy Turkey Day to all the Wolves, and happy Turkey Day to you, brother. You're a Wolf yourself. Larry Fitz, oh, shit. Okay, good breaking news. Not that anybody was really starting him anyways, but more targets for Hopkins and Kirk, who deserve the most targets anyways. Cheers to that, I guess. But hopefully, not cheers to somebody getting COVID. I mean, that was terrible of me. And especially Larry Fitz, the most stand-up, like, consummate professional there is in the league. Fast recovery. Hope he's okay. But as Marco's just saying here, does it bump up Kirk? It does, yes. More sure volume? Absolutely. Happy PR, Gus or carry on? We don't know what Gus is going to be. Again, I said this at the top. I'm not angry. Just letting you guys all know I cannot evaluate Gus Edwards because the game might not happen. The guys that were supposed to be out might be back. We have no clue what Gus's value is. Carry-on's not a great option, but it's like, okay, so if you don't play carry-on today and you have Gus in and he doesn't play, who's the next option, Jake? Because I don't love carry-on. I already answered that one for you. Gibson or Zeke heavy yardage. I like getting the questions. I don't like getting the questions 10 different times. Robbie or Godwin? I go Godwin there. Bars in the tuck. And I don't have to go crazy rapid pace because there's only a handful left. Alex Smith, Mullins, Brandon Allen, Fitzmagic. If Tua's not sitting, Brissett, if Rivers sits, I don't think he's sitting either. Bars in the tuck. So it's Smith, Mullins, Allen. That's horrible. I'm going to go Alex Smith today and just hope he puts some points up. You loving Hill versus the Broncos? Absolutely. Even exactly what you're saying here. Even Darnold had 86 against him. Cam Newton, like an actual running quarterback where they knew the run was coming, had 10 for 76 at TD. He put up 18 fantasy points and had only 150 passing yards and 2 ints and 0 TDs. That's why Taysom Hill's such a cheat code. You imagine he has a better passing day than Cam did. Similar rushing stats, 70 and a T. Like that's why you go them. Larry Fitz came in positive, so yeah. Hope this isn't why D Hop has an illness. That's really good point, Mitch. Like this could all fucking crumble fast. Wolfpack always legit. You're always fucking legit too, Slim. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm not surprised. There's Dylan Adams. He caught COVID though. Larry, that a joke, like a sick joke, because it's like no one wants to catch COVID, but literally, I don't think he's had a drop in like 4 straight years. It's crazy how good that motherfucker is. Hey, Shark, if Landry's out there with bad ribs, you do it too. Don't be a bitch. Seriously. But at the end of the day, do you really want give a fucking, what's his name? Glennon-led Shark? I don't know. KH Flight 137. Need to drop someone for a kicker. Shepard, Boyd, Mixon, Bernard, Balaj. That's a tough drop. I mean, the Bengals, you don't want all these Bengals. Fuck. I probably drop Bernard because he's going to be out this week. Even if he's back, it's like shit. Mixon, though, you ever using him? One of the running backs. Whichever one you don't want, send a message to the team and drop Mixon. Scotty Brooks has a pit bull. Nice. Good stuff. Yo, this is CMC injury has me scrambling. It does, doesn't it, Mitchell? Fournette, carry on, White, Samaje. I prefer Balaj to any of the guys you just listed. If you don't get him, I wouldn't play carry on today because that limits your flexibility. Could carry on have a good day? Yes, the narrative is there. The bad run D of the Texans, I get it, but I'm not going there today. Fournette, carry on, James White, Samaje, not Samaje. I like James White, I really do. 6 catches, 60 yards last week. I like it, especially if you do PPR. But Balaj would be my preferred option, assuming Eckler sits. And again, guys, we are now at the 12, 15-ish mark. 15 more minutes. I'm going to rapid fire to make sure I get all of them. Thumbs up button, though, if you haven't hit it for us already, wherever you're at, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, is so appreciated if you would consider doing that for us. And also sharing us out is the world. You get some way more people that might never have heard of us without your guys' help. So thank you so much, Wolfpack. So thankful for everything you guys do to help us grow. And let's now rip. Let us get through these fast pace. Gibson, motherfucking Thanksgiving. Wolf, hell yeah, shady ass. Should I start McKissick and Gibson or sit one either? Gallman, Jones, Melvin G. I'd probably sit McKissick today, and I'd get Gallman on in there. It is one of the few backfields you can actually get them both in, shady ass. My man Austin. But Gallman's in a great spot, and they should kill that team with Brandon Allen on the other side. So they're just going to bleed it with Gallman. I like that. Dan with what the hell? Happy Thanksgiving, Wolfpack. Absolutely. Love it, Austin. Fusion, V, Matt Ryan or Tua. Oh, Matt Ryan at that point, especially if Julio's in, it's a no-brainer. Gronk or Goddard. I'm going to go Goddard this week. How do you bench the guy after 16 points? You reward him. You keep him rolling. Start 2, Gibson, McKissick, Melvin G, Rojo. That's a fucking brutal list, but at least you apologize, so you know what, I'll answer it for you. Need the dub, and you got the bye. You lock it up. Okay, Gibson's the lock. And I think I'm going to go Mike Williams in that game. I think it's going to shoot out. But it's close. It's real close. I don't love Rojo this week at all. And I hate AJ Green. So it's like it comes down to me, Mike Williams, Melvin G, McKissick. Don't like the Saints matchup. So McKissick versus Mike Williams. You already have Gibson in. I probably go Mike, but it's close, shady ass. It's close. Full PPR, McKissick's even more valuable there. Fuck. Maybe you just go both Redskins guys. Jackie Cow. Assume all 3 are playable. Gio, Gus, or Salvin. We can't assume that because Gio and Gus are both up in the air, so Salvin's the only lock here. If Gio and Gus are both playing, I go Gio. Who should I plug? Juan Pena, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother, too. Claypool, Julio, Samuel. How many spots do we have? Or Juju? And I rank them Julio if he plays, then Claypool, then Samuel. Actually, I'd probably rank Kirk higher than Samuel now that Larry Fitz is out. But I go Julio, Claypool first, and then between Samuel, Kirk, or Juju, I'm going to go Kirk. Should I put Taylor, Jamal? I would go one of the receivers instead of those guys. Actually, Taylor over the running backs, though. Taylor definitely over the other running backs. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Juan. Pick 3, Thielen, Lockett, Deontay, and Fuller. Thielen, we don't know if he's locked into play yet. I go Fuller today. Let's get him on in, and then we kind of figure it out. Although, granted, he might be the last of these 4 amazing options, Ryan D. But with Thielen questionable and Deontay now questionable, I think you have to play Fuller, and then I would go Thielen. I would go Lockett, Thielen, Deontay is the way I'd rank those guys. So Deontay's hitting the bench if everybody's all in. Ingram or Ertz rest of the season? Fuck Ertz. He's done nothing all season. Why is he going to suddenly start doing it? Christopher Moran. I go Ingram, even though he's not been much either. What's up? I have Will Fuller, DJ Moore, and Claypool. Who should I start? Full PPR. You go Fuller and you go Claypool if it's 2 of them. And if it's just one of them, you go Fuller today. Drop Duke in 1 league, benching him in another. He just blows. I hope he sucks this week because I've said everybody benches him, but I'm just not into it. Ertz comes back? No. I would rather have Goddard much more. Cam Gak. One player, the rest of staff members tested positive for Ravens, saying it doesn't have an effect on the game, Rappaport. So that's good to know. But who knows what happens between now and then, though, right? Taysom or Brady? I'm going to go Taysom Hill this week. Gio, Gus Bus, Mostert, Duke, rank them. Duke, so again, questions about Gio and Gus Bus. I'm just going to bench Duke and then see if I like Mostert the most if they all play. I like Gio, then Gus, then Duke. I love the matchup for Duke, but I just hate the player. Need 2, Goff, Stafford, Ryan. Ugh. Goff's the only one I love. Not that I love. I don't love him. Ryan, though, if he has Julio and it's looking like he's gonna, is more than Stafford. I'd bench Stafford today and play the other 2. Who do I start? Marvin Hall or James Conner? James Conner, assuming he plays, is way better than Marvin Hall. You might get a long bomb touchdown, but come on. Like, happy Thanksgiving, man. I'll hit you up on further help you guys. Absolutely, please. I'm thankful for you guys amongst many others today. Absolutely. We're thankful for you, Mitchell. You've been a wonderful fan. We greatly appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, brother. And if you want to help out, we love a reliable fan, and so we know you're going to always be there for us. We'd love to talk, Mitchell. My app fucked up. Sorry, dude. Did I miss one for you, shady ass? I'm sorry. Let me know what question I missed for you. You can re-ask anytime. Who should I flex? The end from the Philippines. Marvin Jones, Reagor, or Fulgham? A.J. Brown and Michael Pittman? Yep, lock them in. I get Marvin Jones in today, the end. I don't love Bradley Roby. It could be a shadow lockdown. But they have no one else to throw to. That means that some volume should eventually emerge for him. Darren Murray, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving too. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Pick 3, Mostert, Balaj, Gus, Monty, McKissick. We don't know a lot about these guys. We don't know if Eckler is going to play. We don't know if Gus is going to have a game. We don't know if Mostert's going to be activated. The good news is most of them don't play until Sunday. So what we do here, Christoph, is I don't play McKissick today. And we figure out the 3 from there because Monty has Green Bay, a smash spot if he's in. Mostert would be my favorite. Balaj would be my second favorite. And Gus, if he's the only guy, would be better than Monty. I wait this one out is how I play this one. I bench McKissick and I wait it out for the other 4. And we figure out what we're dealing with from there. Lev Bell, James White, Zach Moss. It's not Lev. It's between White and Moss for me. I think I slightly prefer White, but Moss is really taking over that backfield. They get the Chargers. I go Moss here because you'll get receptions. Like the only thing you get from White's receptions. Moss, you're getting touchdowns, you're getting carries, you're getting receptions. I go Moss. Good mission. Thanks, buddy. Absolutely, Thomas. I hope it works out well for you. Duke, by the way, Duke is a bitch. Happy Thanksgiving. Just a reminder if you're considering Duke today from the end. A-Rob or Deontay, happy Thanksgiving. I go Deontay, assuming everybody's playing. McKissick or Ronald Jones, half PPR. McKissick. I don't trust Ronald Jones. He plays 10% of the passing snaps last week in a game where they should throw a lot. Christoph, thanks, man. Love the workload report. John Jackson's doing great stuff on that, man. I totally agree. One of my favorite things the site does. He's a legend. John Jackson. If you don't follow him, it's I think John Boy Jackson on Twitter. I'm gonna look it up to shout the guy out because he does such fucking good work. Hold on. For the 20 of you that are remaining here. If you want a good follow, he does good DFS work too. John Boy Beats at John Boy Beats on Twitter does the workload report for us. Fantastic stuff. Mitchell James, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And that's the perfect send-off. Last question we have. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, guys. I hope everybody's safe, but also get some time with the family if that's what you're doing today. And if not, I hope you get some Zooms in, get some good food. Either way, I know it's a weird Thanksgiving. Some of us are just home, by ourselves to stay safe. Totally get it. And cheers to you guys for being smart with that. People with family, they're getting tested and staying safe in that sense. Whatever you're doing, it's the best holiday in the fucking world. So thank you guys so much. Good food, good football, good booze if you're a boozer. I hope you all fucking kill it today in fantasy, DFS. Hopefully the plays and predictions all work out. Austin, I'll get your last question in as I'm giving my last spiel here. Hill over Gallman. That's close. I'd probably still go Gallman. Game at 1. So, yeah, not a scramble for today. We'll figure that out on Sunday, brother. Check back in. You can follow me at RotoStreetWolf on Twitter. All our stuff's at RotoStreetJournal.com. We breed and feed fantasy wolves. All our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, helps us out. Any follows you're willing to give, any likes, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Subscribe, bell, so you know when we're going live, all that good stuff. You guys are the best, Wolfpack. Thanks again. Again, I know it's corny to say, but I am just so thankful for the chance to even have this many questions, to be able to help you guys out, and to be growing this beast with all you guys. That's the way we're going to get huge, and so thankful for the chance and opportunity. So, Wolfpack, I hope you have the most wonderful day today. Enjoy your family, food, all the good stuff that you have lined up. I hope it's as good as it's ever been. And the Wolfpack's out. Cheers.